SportsBit is powered by BetOnline, driving the opening odds market since 2001. Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A+ rated platform in the link below.
Big game breakdown continues here on SportsBit. One more game to talk about for Wednesday. Let's go to the association. Minnesota Timberwolves minus 4.5, 212. The total against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Early money on Minnesota and a little bit of money on the over so far this morning. We've seen two really good games between these two teams this year. In fact, you could say they were both instant classics for the NBA. Look, first, 2 weeks into the season, Minnesota +2. They won 119 to 116. Oklahoma City minus 5.5. They won that game by 4. The two games both played over the total, a combined 26.5 points in those two contests. So we have seen relatively high-scoring affairs. Minnesota got the money in each of those first two contests, but you notice the margins. They won by 3, they won by 4, and now it's Minnesota who's laying 4.5. So a pretty big adjustment from the markets compared to the last time these two teams met. The last meeting was at OKC. This one at Minnesota, you expect a 5 to 6 point differential for the home court switch, but there's been a 10-point differential when it comes to the point spread. So clearly, we're seeing Minnesota rising in the rankings and OKC dropping in the rankings. And of course, Minnesota's 26-16. They're the number 4 seed in the NBA at the midpoint of the season. They're in striking distance at the number 2 seed in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City, they're 22-18. Disappointing. They're 3 behind Minnesota in the division. They're the current number 5 seed. That could mean we'll see these two teams in the first round against one another. And of course, we talk about the regular season meetings. Now there's home court implications for the postseason between these two squads. You know, if neither can catch the Rockets or the Spurs or fall below the Blazers, the Pelicans, the Nuggets, they might really spend the second half of the season grinding for the first round home court, which could mean everything when it comes to the postseason. Talked about Minnesota early in the week, talked about how their defense has been making strides, and it really has. You know, there's all-around chemistry. Jimmy Butler has been a monster for this team in every way possible. He would have had a triple-double in the 28-point win over the Cavs on Monday. 21 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, but he was only on the floor for 27 minutes because it was a blowout. But when you talk about a guy who's bringing more to his new team than, let's say, someone like Carmelo Anthony's bringing to his new team, let's talk about it. Jimmy Butler, quote, talking about building up the confidence of his young teammates. I'm taking us against any and everybody. You'll never hear anybody in this league, maybe in the world, say we're going into this game and we're going to lose. I'm taking our chances. Coach Tibbs talking about Jimmy Butler. What he's doing every night is amazing, but he's also bringing the best out of everyone on the team. To me, that's the true mark of greatness. He's playing at an unbelievable level. Jimmy Butler, the teammate, the defensive-minded leader that Coach Tibbs was searching for. They found him. Minnesota getting better by the game. If you watch them play right now, they're a very different team and a much better team than they were in October and November. That's not the case for the Thunder. OKC still can't find answers. You know, they beat the Lakers and Clippers by 47 in back-to-back nights in LA and then returned home and lost by 14 to the Phoenix Suns and by 9 to the Blazers last night without Damian Lillard. Look at the tweet from Royce Young. Russell Westbrook left the arena tonight before the locker room opened without speaking to the media. This is a team whose chemistry is teetering. What do we say about Carmelo? Let's get that picture up there. Melo makes every team worse. Did it in Denver. Did it in New York. Now he's doing it in OKC. And, of course, I teased Andre Roberson at the top of the show. He's been out for the last 5 games. OKC for the season, and I'm sorry, the graphic here is going to be wrong. I updated it and forgot to send it. But for the season, Oklahoma City defense, number 5 overall, 102.8 points per 100 possession allowed. Their last 5 games, they ranked number 27 after the debacle last night. It was 22. They've got up 113.2 points per 100 possessions. That's more than 10 points per 100 possessions worse without their defensive stopper on the floor, he's not going to play tonight. They have to go with the rookie, Terrence Ferguson. Alex Arbeens is still working his way back into shape. And Ferguson, he played 30 minutes last night. He had more fouls than points, assists, and rebounds combined. When you play 30 minutes and you have more fouls, 3, than points, assists, and rebounds combined, 2, not very good at all. So a ton of reasons to like Minnesota in this ball game. But there's one thing worth noting for OKC. When the chips are down, all right, when everyone's counting out the Thunder, when you have situations like last night where it looks like everyone hates each other on this team. We've seen them 3 times this season as an underdog. They were at Utah on the second of back-to-backs in a dismal scheduling spot coming off a loss. They were at Philly. They were 1-point dogs. They were home to Golden State as underdogs. That's how well they've been regarded in the markets. They've only been dogs 3 times the entire season. Worth noting, 3-0 straight up in those ball games. Obviously, 3-0 against the spread. 3-0 against the spread. We're talking about a team that's number 28 out of 30 NBA teams overall. ATS. Only the Magic and the Cavaliers are worse. But in this particular role, OKC has been able to bounce back strong so far this season, although we've only seen it a few times. Lean here towards the T-Wolves, but that last stat on OKC stepping up in their step-up games has me a little bit concerned. Concerned enough to leave it in the lean category for Wednesday. That's all we got. SportsBit, done and done. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday, with 2 more NFL playoff previews, plus all the good stuff you love. SportsBit betting insight today from SBRpicks.com.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.